everyone. You've signed on for another edition of the King's Castle. I'm King James. And here to join me as always is the always reliable and always witty Mr. Blair Chopin.
Did I become shy though? Because it was before that I was rarely shy.
Huh?
Remember, it was always witty and rarely shy.
Yes.
You took the rarely shy out.
Well,
we got a lot to talk about.
I like to keep shaking things up here and there.
We got a lot to
but
talk
you're
about.
right, we do have a lot to talk about because as most of you know, this past Sunday we saw the ultimate thrill ride, WrestleMania 33.
That's a good slogan.
And I don't know about you, Blair, but for me personally, there were many, many special WrestleMania moments this year.
What was your favorite?
Well, before we get into that, I gotta know, what did you think of the show overall?
I was when I went back and looked at it, I noticed a couple things. I think I was disappointed in the two biggest matches, being Goldberg, Lesnar, Undertaker, Reigns. But I think they kind of did the best they could with those circumstances. So I don't really blame them. I mean, Goldberg, it's tough getting a 5-minute match out of Goldberg.
Right.
And it's tough to send him off for a while on a win.
Right.
Undertaker, I mean, it was really tough to watch him. I think he was in really bad shape out there.
Yeah, we will definitely,
and
talk a lot about that tonight.
And I think they just had to do something with it. But with that, there were some pleasant surprises.
Yes.
Shane McMahon's match was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah.
The Hardy Boys coming back. There are a lot of them.
I gotta give Shane McMahon a lot of credit. Because this year he was going into the ring against the upstart known as the phenomenal AJ Styles, and I thought given the fact that Shane was inexperienced and the fact that AJ was a heel, I thought AJ was going to walk all over him, but nope. Shane really put up a decent fight. And in the end, AJ was victorious.
Can we just say it, we can say it, honestly say it now. It took me a while to get a sentence out. I can honestly say that. But,
what?
Shane McMahon's a good wrestler.
Yes,
honestly,
he is.
That was probably my favorite match of the night.
He's high energy, and you're right about that. It definitely was
it kicked us off.
One of the top matches of the night. But I was surprised they had that match that early.
Yeah, me too.
Because with the grudge being built up as big as it was on SmackDown, I thought it was going to be somewhere around the middle of the card. I mean, why do you think they had that match so early?
Well, I think it's important. I think they probably knew what they had planned for that match. And I think they probably would have thought it would have given it a lot of momentum.
Probably.
To have Shane go... Shane always gets the crowd into it. Because he's Shane, he's money, and he's got good energy.
Yes.
And to have him go out there and do something crazy, because honestly that was the highlight of the WrestleMania before. Right?
Yeah.
Him jumping off that cage.
When he jumped off the Hell in a Cell structure.
Right. So I think that... I think it starts off the show well.
You're definitely right about that. And you mentioned the Hardys coming back, which was one of the big surprises of the night. But I think what was even more surprising was not only did they come back in the 4-way ladder match for the tag team titles, but they actually won. I mean, you agree or disagree with that decision?
I kind of disagreed with it, honestly.
Why?
I think it would have been it was definitely a WrestleMania moment, them coming back and then winning. Both of them.
Undoubtedly, you lost it. You and I were sitting there watching it. I was going nuts.
I thought I was going to do CPR, but honestly, I thought it would have been cooler for them to come back and kind of earn it, take on all the other tag teams and fight their way up. But in another way, they're one of the most popular tag teams in the history of professional wrestling. I mean, there's no arguing that. So having them have the title gives the title more cachet.
Absolutely.
Especially, this is a relatively weak era for tag teams.
A weak era?
Yeah, I mean...
In what sense?
There's some good tag teams, but it's not like when it was the Hardys and the Dudleys and Christian and Edge. The tag team is kind of taking a back seat to individual competition.
Exactly.
It's sort of a way to break out into individual competition. So having those guys back as a tag team, I think it kind of solidifies
But I will say,
The tag team. It'd be like Rey Mysterio coming back for the cruiserweights.
that's true.
Gives them a brand name.
That's true. But I will say, you mentioned the Hardys and the new champions. Well, Gallows and Anderson wasted no time in cashing in their rematch on Monday night on Raw, and the Hardys successfully defended, so we'll see how long the Hardys' miracle return can last, if you will. But to me, one of the highlights of the night was following the John Cena, Nikki Bella, Maurice Miz mixed tag team match. Because for those of you who didn't see it, spoiler, but John Cena finally popped the question.
I called it before the.
He broke character and popped the question in the middle of the ring in front of everyone. Now, I don't know about you, but for me personally, that was probably not just the best moment of the night, but probably my favorite WrestleMania moment that I've seen ever.
Wow. Can you explain why?
Well,
I know you have an affinity for John Cena.
Because-
He's a good guy.
because the relationship has been well documented on Total Divas, and it's been well known that John Cena, even though he loves kids, he probably didn't want to have kids. So, honestly, the reason why it shocked me so much is because I didn't really think it was going to happen.
I told you that.
I thought Cena was just going to stay Nikki's boyfriend and just live with her his entire life.
Yeah. But when I thought it was going to happen is when you told me about that match. And you told me he was in a mixed tag match. And I thought, it's John Cena. He's what do you say, one of the 10 biggest professional wrestlers in history?
He's arguably the biggest one of the new era.
Yeah, definitely the biggest one of the new era. Post-Rock, post-Stone Cold, he's definitely the biggest one.
Yeah.
But I don't think he would openly do a mixed tag match at WrestleMania if he didn't have something planned. Like he would have been in a match with a younger guy or in a Legends match or something if he didn't have something planned.
And speaking of Legends matches and title matches, when we come back, we're gonna talk a little bit about the WWE Championship match from SmackDown, as well as tell you about a new visit from an old friend this past Monday on Raw. So stay right there.